asem ni say tap send see yen fa sadere we emma won customers ni titu ene won a wo UK say obetimi a create wo tap send wallet no e wo app no eso se ekoba ne se tap rate no ekostra obetimi a save ska akodu mpempenso bi ti say 50,000 Ghana cedis ane 50,000 Ghana cedis na afei wo yin kakra se oba online Ghana mu a obetimi a save ska e wo tap send wallet no so abra unya ohaw bia na tie tap send atre wo mahyimu akodru UAE Netherlands and Austria tap send ana easy fast and secure tap send papa no
everybody check now check it check it the beat is real don't wait make it kill ya get your green select glucometer and check it sugar level check it check it green select glucometer check it sugar level check it reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Ayo Ghana. Power match brings you luck. Make your move.
We are back again here on your favorite online platform, Sammy Flex TV, where we sit to discuss some of the very serious issues in our showbiz space. My name is Sammy Flex. On a Monday evening like this, me and my people, made up of Intimdo Solomon, aka Chamo, who is at the extreme end, our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited, Roland Amate from Shagzi Shatta Movement Empire, and Roland Report on YouTube and on the .com, as well as our producers, Digital Rasta, who is in charge of camera, and our editor-director of the show, Rich Flex, as well as you, with our partners, Tap Send, making sure you can send money from abroad to Ghana with ease. Get an app today and start using their wallet. That is the Tap Send wallet. That also helps you to save some cool money in cedis. Anytime you try to convert your pounds into cedis, you get to save some cool money in your wallet. Get an app today and remember to use the promo code SammyFlex. With this, you are good to go. Again, I'm telling you about Pari Match. Pari Match is a betting site or a betting app where you can also make some quick money. And also there are some people who know how to play the game and they are making money. Try Pari Match as well, or Pari Match Bet as well, and you are going to make some more money, including the first attempt to even be part of those who are playing their games. We are welcoming you with some bonuses because you are going to use the promo code SammyFlex, and you are also going to enjoy some more. We have it for Aviator, we have it for betting, that is the soccer betting as well. So try the two, start making money, and don't forget to share with me when the money starts coming. In the studio, we are ready to talk. We are ready to talk. The good thing is that we speak very intelligently, away from others who just will be shouting back, with no facts or sometimes with no sense in them. Here, we always make sure we speak the way men should speak and not the way women should speak. So let's get the ball rolling. You are welcome. Remember to also subscribe to us if you've not done that, and you know how we do it. We open our comment section for you to share your opinion. So feel free and share an opinion. When we are free, come back to read the comments to see how best you would also handle it. First, let's start with what happened over the weekend at the Trade Fair Center, La, where one of our searches sent us to the center where there are stories about a broken down facility called the Fantasy Dome, owned by Leslie Quaynor of Fantasy Entertainment. He is the CEO. As it stands now, so many issues are around it, including the fact that there are some people in the industry who even think that the reportage we did was not a balanced reportage, and that we should go here and there to get the other side of the story. Well, Kwame Dazi has also shared the other side of the story. Maybe if we have enough time, Richie Flex will play that voice for us to listen to as well. Kwame Dazi just posted an interview he had with the CEO of the trade fair, and I am sure that we can consider making it a part of it. So it's a long tape, but let me just summarize it for you whilst it is running on our screen. And another day when you have time, I think the last two videos before this particular show, you can get the full tape there for you to watch. So what you see behind us is the broken down dome. It used to host about 20,000 people anytime there is a show there, and really it has served Ghanaians very well. It has hosted some of the major events we have here in Ghana, and if you check the screens, you realize that we were standing on the surface of where it was actually broken. That is where the dome was broken, and Leslie in the picture telling us how it happened. So all this while, the agreement between Fantasy Entertainment and the trade fair is to permit him some duration to prepare to evacuate the place. And because all those things are not well done or well discussed, Leslie had to run to the courts. The court gave him the power to come tell the people that they should come. At least let's sit and discuss how best we can solve this, including the fact that lease and years and other things are not even really sorted or taken care of. So after that, the court said, okay, cool, let's serve them. I hear they were swerving service left, right, and center, so they had to do the substituted service, which there are videos there as well to prove when the bailiff went to the trade fair center and started pasting the rate of summons on their walls. In all this, they did not follow procedures. They still went to break it down. And even on the day they were breaking it down, this was what we got. Some unknown persons came with the support of some national security people. And when later they were called to ask how the operation happened, they said, oh, they came there to do the supervision of the people who were doing the demolition, but not really knowing who they are, and they were only called to come and just supervise or just to make sure there is peace and order in the act of the demolition. And as it stands now, as I talk to you, the police that was even supposed to be part of this demolition exercise, they are saying to them they can't even lead the demolition exercise because the court has also served them to follow up for them, that the court has served the police to also follow up on those who are running around this particular issue, yet to no avail. And the issues are plenty. When it came out, so many Ghanaians are feeling sad for Mother Ghana. Say, hey, what kind of a country is this? With all this investment going down the drain just like that, because someone wants to what? Show power by not even respecting the laws of the land. Others are also saying, well, there might be something wrong between the owners of the Fantasy Dome and the Trade Fair Center that has not been well ironed out. That is how come we've gotten to this level. Opinions are plenty on this. Of course, some opinions can also be stupid opinions, though, but we are trying to look at how best we can put out some beautiful opinions on this, what we think about it and more. So Roland was there. He actually did the video. So video credits to Roland Report. One hot afternoon like that on a Saturday, and I'm sure he recording the video so understood some points in there. So let's listen to
Were there any microphones there?
No.
Were you like the sound, yeah, I suspected there were no microphones, but the sound was still good.
Yeah.
So I was thinking
that's
like,
the power of iPhone 15.
Oh, okay.
When you get money, buy one.
It's
the best. It's the best phone ever.
Yeah.
But when I get some loose money, I'll even buy one more in addition. Yeah, iPhone 15.
Yeah.
Picture. Sound.
Yeah.
You know, someone said, great TV stations. They're not a TV station.
Yes.
It was our iPhone that did the magic.
Yeah.
So stay put.
Sure.
Thank God for iPhone 15. When you hear the sounds,
because the place and they having such a sound, I mean, it was good. It was good, yeah.
No microphone.
Yeah.
What do you think is happening? Richie, please check on Kuami this timeline if only your internet will help you. If you're able to get the video, I'm sure we can also listen to what the CEO is saying about it. Yes.
Well, Rasa, when I got to the place, you know, initially we had heard about, when we had the tip about whatever was going on. Well, when we were going, I was just imagining how the place would look like. Then, when we got there, I was actually heartbroken and sad on the things I saw, because I saw lots of investment going down the drain, and I asked myself, okay, so if even this issue is resolved without even compensation, how will those things that have been destroyed be replaced, and its value even currently, and how it is going to serve a good purpose to the things that we do in the creative arts industry, is one that the person who led this particular charge did not even think about. Because if indeed the person has the creative arts industry at heart, I believe this is not the way to resolve out such an issue. Because yes, when it comes to matters of venue and things that aid us in the creative arts industry, we know the things we lack, of which venue is one of them. So if indeed we have somebody, and this is not like a foreigner, even if it is a foreigner, this still shouldn't be done to the foreigner. But this is even one of our own that have had some level of investment, and aside him doing business, the end game is still to support the industry. Then it is sad. And this is not just a new edifice for you to say, oh, they just came up and they are flaunting on laws or whatever. It is an edifice that has served the industry. So I ask myself, okay, if somebody is able to use his resources to serve the country, just like other legends do in other disciplines, how do we protect some of these people? How do we even help shape them and even put them on the right track? How do we do it? Is it because, okay, we feel, okay, this shouldn't be done, so Brian, let's waste the person, or let's just shove the person aside? What level of motivation do we even give to such people for them to say, oh, even if, or even when I was wrong, they were able to correct me to this level, to the extent that it even serves as encouragement for me to even do and do more, because I feel I am protected. But then, this is a state institution that is fighting an individual, and per resources in terms of who has power there, the resources will beat the individual. That's what I see, and that's what I observed on the day. And even when you listen to the commentaries of Leslie, it felt really sad, even listening to the commentaries that he was making, that yes, even when his rent was not due, he was asked to evict without compensation, of which he pleaded some time to find a space, because this is not just an edifice for you to say. It is just like you evicting from your room or your house to say, oh, I am packing to the next house or to a certain place. This is lots of investment that would even need strategic evacuation. So you don't just evict like that. It is very strategic, because like he said, even the floor that he was even able to make prim and proper to suit the venue self.
He said he had to dig deep,
exactly,
because the place was clay.
Because the place was clay and it wasn't good for the purpose of which he wanted to use it for. And this is a level of investment that you don't just serve the person and expect the person to just vacate as soon as possible. So it is sad. It is sad, and it is even coming at a time where these are some of the things that is becoming a need to our industry. It's becoming a need, or has even become a need to our industry, not even a want. This has become a need. So if one of the needs, we have one of our needs hanging out somewhere and even rotting, and we decide to handle it in that manner, then it is very unfortunate as a people how we even support each other, and even how we would even want our people to. When I always, this thing always rings in my head, the stories of that you guys told when you went to Dubai, about the fact that every person from the cab driver to whoever owns what is an agent of tourism there.
Exactly.
And how they contribute, or the little things, even how they speak to yourself, is able to encourage you for you to be feel like a good tourist in their country.
Okay.
And if in our space people would want to help in their little quarter to help serve the bigger agenda that we are all trying to push to make Ghana a tourism destination country, and one of the spots that these people, when they come, go, we destroy it like this, and we have a manhole of a National Cathedral also somewhere, then it means the misplaced priorities in this country, sometimes when you think about it, is very sad and appalling. And that is the feeling I got on last Saturday when I chanced on this particular thing.
Well, one thing I also know is that it may not be all the time though, but one thing I also know is that when some of these things, some of these projects are about to be taken care of, especially demolition exercise like this, oftentimes you even get a permission note from some higher authorities, either from the police or from the court, to be able to do some of these demolition. And as it stands now, it is so clear that the people who did this demolition did not have any of such a thing, because when wind went out that they were doing the demolition and police had to come in, they left their excavators and otido, they ran it, and they ran it. Ugran. You understand? So it is making it look so funny, as in how this power play is happening at the Trade Fair Center. We also know the story of former Enquirer newspaper editor,
Yeah, Raymond
Archer. Yes, the former Enquirer newspaper, Raymond Archer. We also know of how he also suffered the same feat or the same trauma when his printing press, worth millions of Ghana cedis, if not dollars, were also broken down out of some of these things at the same trade fair. So it means the mafia work happening at the Trade Fair Center is beyond repairs. Chabu, what do you also add to this?
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. And by me, what I see is that they are willing to pay. I think they will do this and be willing to pay the compensation. Just that you have to fight for it. Because
Judgment debt.
yes, judgment debt, and they are not the ones going to pay anyway.
That's why there are some close people who are fighting the 25 million.
Yes. That's
okay. So let's listen to, because you are here to speak, let's listen to what the Trade Fair CEO is also saying. Richie, you are ready. We can listen to it now.
May I know what necessitated the demolition of the Fantasy Dome?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kuami.
May I know what necessitated the demolition of the Fantasy Dome?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Kuami. Basically, the redevelopment of the Trade Fair Center, as we know, has been ongoing for some time. So the Fantasy Dome and all previous tenants had been given notice to vacate. The Fantasy Dome was the lone person holding out and refusing to move. So after about 18 months of consistently giving notices to the owners of the Fantasy Dome, the company and the developers, we have no choice but to dismantle so that we can continue the work in the area.
But I've cited an injunction from the High Court dated 12 January 2024, and this bars anyone from pulling down the Fantasy Dome. Did you know about this injunction?
No, let me categorically say that the Ghana Trade Fair Company Limited has not been served with any court process, right?
May I know what necessitated the demolition of the Fantasy Dome?
Yeah, okay, thank you, Kuami. Basically, the redevelopment of the Trade Fair Center, as we know, has been ongoing and refusing to move. So after about 18 months of consistently giving notices to the owners of the fantasy dome, the company and the developers, we have no choice but to dismantle so that we can continue the work in the area.
But I've cited an injunction from the High Court dated 12 January 2024, and this bars anyone from pulling down the fantasy dome. Did you know about this injunction?
No, let me categorically say that the Ghana Trade Tech Company Limited has not been served with any court process, right? I'm not sure what you have cited, but there are company secretaries that are listed at the company's registry. I am CEO. The company has an address, and none of us have been served with any notices or any court processes at all.
Has Leslie spoken to you after the demolition? Has he reached out to you after the demolition? I'm talking about the CEO of Fantasy Entertainment.
Has he reached out to me personally?
Not personally, as in the company.
No.
Okay, because we saw a video of him and one journalist, Sammy Flex, a few days ago, and I was wondering if maybe he had contacted the company after.
The Fantasy Dome, the CEO of the Fantasy Entertainment, has not contacted the Trade Tech Company before, during, after, and even up to this point that I'm speaking to you, Kuami. We have not been contacted.
Okay. Please, when was the contract between Fantasy Entertainment and the company signed? When did you go into that agreement?
Sure. So the agreement, it was a tenancy agreement, and it was signed in January of 2018 for a 5-year term. And
Okay.
Then it expired on December 31st, 2023.
Okay. Well, was there any provision for renewal of the tenancy?
No. And let me explain a little bit about that tenancy.
Please do.
Yeah. So in the tenancy agreement, it's a tenancy agreement that has a beginning and an ending date.
Okay.
But beyond that, tenancy also has covenants, right? If you make too much noise in your apartment where you live, I'm sure your landlord will put a covenant in there saying that you shouldn't be nuisance to your neighbor. So you can imagine that we also have covenants. Not even that, we do put covenants governing when redevelopment starts.
Okay.
What do we do, right? So in the tenancy agreement between Trade Fair Company and the Fantasy Entertainment, we gave a 6-month notice that at any point when redevelopment starts, you, the tenant, you will be given, or Fantasy Entertainment will be given a 6-month notice, right, to vacate the site. This is an important, long overdue project. Over the years, successive governments have attempted to redevelop Trade Fair. It is under this current administration that finally the Trade Fair has been able to be revived and successfully pull off this major aggressive redevelopment. So we make sure that all tenancy agreements have these clauses in it. The other clauses that were in there also stipulate that do not develop anything permanent there, because within 6 months you need to be able to move, and that when we demolish or you are dismantling your premises, it will be at your own cost. Nobody will help you, or there's no compensation that will be paid. So that is also in there. But beyond that, we've gone above and beyond the covenant of the tenancy agreement. So let me give you some specific dates. Right?
Okay.
The first notice of our intent to recover the premises, giving him that mandatory 6-month notification as per his tenancy agreement and also as per the Rental Act. We gave that notice in June of 2022.
Okay.
All right, in June of 2022. We are sitting now in March of 2024. So that's how long it's been since we have attempted repeatedly to get the structure to be removed. So let me give you the other notices that also went out. So further notices were also served on Fantasy Entertainment, the CEO of Fantasy Dome, July 16th of 2022, July 22nd of 2022, January 3rd of 2023, February 11th of 2023, April 20th of 2023, December 26th of 2023, and finally December 28th of 2023. So it would be far-fetched to say that today or Saturday is the first day that Fantasy Entertainment is becoming aware that its tenancy agreement has come to an end.
Okay.
Right? So, like I said, we have been very accommodated. I will even give you one example. One example that I'll give you is in August of 2022, all these efforts to try to get him to move, he even petitioned the Minister of Trade, who gave him 4 months, right?
Okay.
That we should allow him to serve out his tenancy agreement. Also, there are clauses that says we can give him 6 months. So, of course, we bent over backwards so that he can get to the end. So I even assured him that he will be leaving by the end of his tenancy agreement. And that was December of 2023, December 31st, 2023. We are sitting another 3 months, you get, after the expiration of his tenancy. So this important project has basically been halted. It's been stalled because the Fantasy Entertainment and the Fantasy Dome structure, the owners simply refused to remove it. And it's been months and months and months of delay.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, the company myself, CEO, I'm not aware. I haven't discussed anything. I'm not aware of anything. The developers are on site working. So it's not the CEO's fault to go and do anything. It's been handed over to developers.
The side of the CEO of the Trade Fair Center, and Chemo can now comfortably speak to the issues.
Yeah, for me, when she said that she's not been served any court injunction or court order not to do the demolition, then it's only one thing here. It's either the document available is a forged document, or the document available is the right one, but the CEO is rather not giving the full picture. Because court will not just give somebody injunction without hearing your side of the story. And then the serving you an injunction is not the duty of the person taking you to court. It's the service of the court. The court will rather choose somebody, bailiff, to come and serve you. So if the court is convinced that we have used all the means to serve you, then they will go ahead and give the order like he has it. So it's a legitimate order, or it's order coming from court. You can't say that you have not seen anything. So because of that, it's invalid or what. Like, you can do whatever you like because you have not seen the court order. No. So I think they should come again. But I'm not surprised this is going on. Me, I foresee.
All right. So on your screens was when the bailiff was sent to do the substituted service at the Trade Fair Center, and that is the bailiff doing his work. In fact, he even risked putting his image in the video. Just so you know that indeed, she still
So that's why I'm saying that the court will decide whether they have done enough to serve you. If the court is convinced of that, it is duly served. I remember they said Okujeto Abrokwa, and then he used his leg to just push it. That's it. The guy just throw it on him and then move on. At that point you are duly served. whether you like it or not, you can
accept.
take it. Yes, because you can intentionally do that. Like you can refuse to accept the thing coming to you, so you do your best to avoid it. So if it happens like that, the person will be given chance to serve you in other means that they think you see it, if indeed you want to see it. So for me, if she's saying that she has never seen anything like that, well, she may be telling the truth, but that will not be the fault of the fantasy entertainment or the court. If you have decided not to see, you will not see it. It's as simple as that. As some people say that somebody pretending to sleep is difficult to wake such a person than someone genuinely sleeping. Yes. So if you pretend to sleep, you sleep longer than someone genuinely sleeping if you want to wake them up. So I think they should come again, but what I see is that they will be willing to compensate him. That's what I see, because for them the project may be taking longer for them to complete.
Yeah.
And we are in a very, very crucial times.
Very crucial.
Very, very crucial times. They have to do something before elections. So they will do buga to do what they have to do, and then later deal with you in your in the way that they think will serve their purpose and maybe compensate you. So for me, I think Leslie should fight, and it will end up that he will get judgment debt, or he will get he will be duly compensated. Just that they did not use the means that we will all say, okay, this is a civil way to go about it. They are just using buga to settle it. That's how I see. And it's sad. Now it will be difficult for him to get whatever compensation that he deserves, and then start to build a new event center for our musicians or entertainers in general to use it. In fact, not only musicians and entertainers, but even the churches.
Yeah. I hear that place crowd. They were keeping some tennis, the national table tennis
people there. Yes, and then some of the biggest church event has happened there before. Christ Embassy Church. Yes, they did a huge convention there. So it wasn't even serving only entertainment. Yes, it was also serving our churches.
A multi-purpose.
Yeah. So it's sad. For me, I think he will get his money back, but it will take time. I mean, somebody coming to pay a compensation of about 25 million is not an easy thing. And I think even if they will pay, they will also negotiate for the money to come down.
Yeah.
So for me, that will be where the issue is, and it will take longer for him to get things done and then move on with his business and all that. That's the sad part for me. But I'm confident, or I'm sure that they will compensate him duly. And yeah, let me add this one. The story is also on sammyflextv.com. So for those who want to read stories, they can also visit sammyflextv.com.
All right, that is sharp. All right, so go there, read, and let's see what happens there as well. Meanwhile, we woke up to news that last night at around 11:30 p.m., high life musician, multiple hit maker Kuami Eugene was involved in a near fatal accident. And as we talk, Lynx Entertainment has even released a statement confirming the accident and assuring fans of Kuami Eugene that he is responding to treatment, and that is what the story says. That is the press statement in there. The Lynx Entertainment wishes to inform the public that that singer Kuami Eugene is alive and currently receiving treatment following a car crash on Sunday, March 17th, 2024. Our artist sustained some injuries together with one passenger, but currently responding to treatment. We appreciate the outpour of love from fans, media, and the general public, but we plead the artist is given much space at this moment as he begins his recovery. The passenger was it a he or she passenger?
It's a passenger.
I'm really interested in that one. Oh, the men are sharing this press release. I'm going to ask him that the tone of the press release that did not tell whether the other passenger was a he or she makes me question it.
How the passenger is even responding to treatment.
Well, there was a video of an eyewitness report. I don't know if Richie would want us to watch that. Then we take some words of caution or precaution from our panel members here in the studio, so we can move on. Richie, if you have the video, we can see it.
To call the police and they are around, so they just came around to tow his car. And from here, I'll be going to the EGMC hospital to check on Kuami, Eugene, to see how far things are going. I arranged for another car to take him to the hospital. So I managed to call the police and they are around, so they just came around to tow his car. And from here, I'll be going to the EGMC hospital to check on Kuami, Eugene, to see how far things are going. I arranged for another car to take him to the hospital. That's the UGMC hospital. Yeah, so I am still here, and people have come around to help, so we are here. So trying to make sure everything is okay. But he's fine. He just had a broken arm. Yeah, he had a broken arm and with some blood all over him, but it's fine. It would have been fair, he would have gone, but thank God he's still alive, because the car is badly damaged. All the airbags is popped out, and as you can see, so we are still here. Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah. No, you can't close. It can't close. Just leave it. Don't worry. They'll check it. They'll check it. It's okay. No, I'm not sure there's anything there. Yeah.
Well, so that was the accident. It occurred on the Jowulu Road last night around 11:30 p.m. and one reporter happened to be there, and as it stands now, like we are all hearing that Kuami Eugene is responding to treatment. Let's get some words of precaution to all of us. So this is what happened though. This thing, look at the car, Range Rover. That Kuami Eugene's car was a Range Rover. I think that was the car he got from the Adonko next level deal. It was in the news, so we know about this. And look at Range Rover. This is the front of the car, and even if you check the inside, you will not even recognize this is the inside of the car. Another picture will show that yes, this is the inside. This is the inside of the car. Yeah, this is the dashboard. Look how the dashboard has been grinded like tuning now. And the other passenger, we don't know how they are also treating this. We pray that they all recover quickly, because the report said Kuami Eugene might have suffered a broken arm, and so Chamo, any words of precaution to all of us, in fact, commuters, drivers, everybody who's a road user, and especially those people
the way we see them every day.
Hey, me, when I see them now, then I start monitoring, standing or moving.
Monitoring spirit erect.
Sure, me, when I'm driving Chamo, when I'm driving, my senses work like 247.
You have to. It's sad. I mean, accident is accident. I mean, until we get some details, we can't say much, like who did what and how it all happened, and we should be careful, like because accident may happen, but sometimes we may contribute to it based on our actions and inactions.
Exactly.
So we just have to be careful. Yes. For accident, yes, from time to time it may happen. Either it is coming from your direction or the other person. So we just have to be careful. Just that more details later, hopefully the more details will come, and then we can just then say that when we are driving, you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that, and we all have to be careful to avoid some of these things, because Kuami Eugene, for instance, I mean, he's been doing well in the entertainment space, and losing him will not be an easy thing for us at all. Yes, so we wish him speedy recovery, and then the other person too. I think the other person too. We wish the person speedy recovery. Hopefully, they are all doing well.
Well, Ro, any words of caution to Kuami Eugene and team
this thing
and road users?
It's sad. It's sad because when you think about it, it's something that is not so far from anybody. It's not so far from anybody unless you say you don't use the roads.
Yeah,
we see them every day, especially on our highways, without any proper signs to even warn you from afar till you get closer to it. Some of them you see them from afar and you think they are moving until you get closer to them and realize, hey, you were almost dead and you just escaped. It's sad, and especially with who Kuami Eugene is, his status in our society, and how accidents have taken some of our top stars from our industry. Is one that would have been a big blow. Would have been a big blow already. When some of these things happen to these people, I think about their psyche more.
Okay.
Because it is not everybody that is able to recover quickly from such incidents. From Wendy Shea to rapper Edem in recent times are ones that we can recollect, and even how both of them are dealing with it, even through their healing process. It is not just about you recovering from the broken arm or the pain, that probably the physical pain that you feel, but sometimes the trauma in there is one that even scares you to the extent that if care is not taken, the person would always have episodes playing back whenever they sit behind the wheels, and it wouldn't be good. So with that, yes, I know per the team's response, they are really going to take priority in making sure physically, emotionally, and psychologically man will be bounced back. But like they said, I also agree with them in the latter of their press statement that we need to give them time
and space
for him to find his feet back. Because when it happens, when people begin to rush them in that manner, of course, because of the way people are rushing, they can fake recovery, and that would even be more suicidal than any other thing. If they fake recovery, that one there is not good at all. So I believe in times like this, we need to give them time and space for them to recover, and also remember them in our prayers, and also us to also be very cautious whenever we use the road. The first form of security and safety starts from you before any other thing. So yes, the burial of the dead is a warning to the living. So we have not encountered any of this, we will not even pray this for even our worst enemy, much less ourselves. So we all need to be very careful in the things that we are doing and how we even approach some of these things. And to our top stars, we will always urge them to be very careful how they commute some of these roads, because we need them as much as they also need us. So I'm sorry to Kuami Eugene and the whole Links team. We send them love and light and speedy recovery to Kuami Eugene, and especially the other passenger, of which he or she's name was not even mentioned. How he or she is even faring till now is also not known.
Is that a deep concern?
Yes, it is. The only difference is that Kuami Eugene is popular, but I am saying it is because it is also a life. It is also a life, and he or she is also coming from a family of which, if he or she is to fall right now, it is also pain to the family. So for that, I believe it is about time. Sometimes when some of these things happen, we also take priority in the others who probably may be involved, because we've seen so many instances where people get into situations and it is only about the popular people that even the people that are supposed to give account for. Yes, we know they are popular people, and in terms of status, they would rather get the mention more than the others, but it doesn't negate the fact that they also have lives, and they also have families, of which you may think they may not have fans like your star, but they also have friends and relatives. So if you see the need to brief your star's fans on how your star is doing, I believe since it was done in the same time, or they both got in the same situation, it will be best for you to also show some level of concern to the other side as well. It is not anything, it is just you showing some level of concern that okay, you also appreciate the presence of the person, because if the person had not been affected and you were looking for somebody immediately to save the star when he got into that situation, it would be that person to save the star. So if at that moment the person is also affected, there's also the need for you to also show concern. That which we always show concern to the stars, but as if those people are also not human beings.
Jabo, is that also a concern?
Not really, because for whatever information they will tell the family of the person involved. Yes, and that one, the passenger, he's not a person of interest here. The person of interest here is Kuami Eugene. Yeah, so the Kuami Eugene information is what people want to hear.
Not the passenger.
But just that, yes, when I read the thing, it was awkward for me. Like, it's like they want to mention the person, they don't want to mention the person, kind of. That's how it came out. They could have just not say anything like Kuami Eugene involved in an accident, he's recovering. That would be okay. But to just say passenger and without even letting us know the condition of the passenger, in some way. But I think the family of the passenger, they know what is happening. They know what is happening, and because that person is not a person of interest. Let's take it like that. For me,
I hope it is not Mary though. Maybe Mary came to visit.
Oh no.
For me, it didn't come out well, but yeah. We shouldn't be concerned so much, because the person of interest here is Kuami Eugene, and such is life. I mean, we seek us our
Well, we wish the passenger well and Kuami Eugene as well. We pray that they all become fine. Richie, I would want us to look at the Shatta video shoots yesterday after this next story. So if you guys start preparing some items for us to look at it. But let me go back to Chemo and ask this banter, this beef between TikTok and UMG. I'm talking about Universal Music Group. Latest report is that now they've taken about 37,000 songs from their platform. They've listed about 37,000 songs to be taken from the TikTok platform. And I'm asking, how are we going to see this end, and who is going to enjoy the benefit, who is going to feel the impact, both good and bad? It says March 14th, we learned that amidst the ongoing licensing dispute between Universal Music Group, UMG, and TikTok, UMG has issued over 37,000 takedown requests to TikTok, resulting in 120 million videos being muted. TikTok has already muted the audio on videos featuring UMG licensed music, but its detection mechanism is being bypassed by modified, sped up, or otherwise changed versions of UMG owned tracks uploaded by users. Interesting times ahead, and this is now going to be a very a serious tech war. Reading that some detection mechanism is being bypassed by modified, sped up, or otherwise changed versions of UMG owned tracks uploaded by users.
Okay, I understand that one.
I want the answer first.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that one.
I want for a fast. Jamo, you are closer to tech.
This is interesting.
How is it going?
Well, for me, I think it's an interesting one, and it's more business mindset here than just people having fun or doing their own thing. For those who are bypassing the technology to do their own thing, I mean, you can't hold TikTok so much to it.
Okay.
Just that, because they will say that they are cooperating with you to deal with it. When somebody infringes on your copyright, you go after the person infringing on your copyright, not the platform. But the platform should be coordinating with you, or they should make themselves available to deal with it. Otherwise, they may also be in trouble for aiding you to do that. So that's where the technicalities will come in. But for me, I don't see TikTok losing this.
Okay.
The whole thing is that people who are coming on the platform, they are the ones using your songs.
Yeah.
It's not TikTok who is using your song. TikTok decided to pay because a lot of your songs is on their platform, and for them, if they encourage people to use your song, it will make more sense for them. They will get more people coming on the platform. So that's why TikTok will be willing to do business with you in that sense. People using your songs, so they will license the songs, pay the royalties for people to use it on the platform. The idea is to get people to be on the TikTok platform. But here's the thing, even after muting it, those people who want to be on TikTok platform, they are not moving because they are muting the songs. They are trying to find a way to still be there.
Yes.
So it's not a problem for TikTok.
Yes.
If after muting and then TikTok realize that, hey, about 30 something, those that they were muted, about 37,000 or something,
37,000,
which will affect over 1 million videos. If those people decide that, oh, if TikTok is muting my video, I don't want to be on TikTok anymore, it will be a different conversation. They are still there, finding other means to still be there and even use your song.
Exactly.
It should tell you that, Charlie, this fight that I'm fighting, some way I may not win. But they instead of them going back to the table and then negotiate again or something, they still want to fight this fight. But I mean, I don't see Universal winning this. Because you see, technology, we have come a long way. I remember, but like if you have read the history of how music business came about, or you want to follow the process of where we are now, you can see that those who change technology dictate or decide how we should do the technology like music business. It started way back where people were not happy that they are even recording a music video, recording their songs, because at that time it was you record them to your event, they will come and perform and then you pay them, and they were happy with it. And somebody came out with a technology that, no, when you do your performance, let's record it and sell. And then some musicians were like, no, if you do that, we will not have job anymore. No one will call us for performance. They will rather listen to the recorded version of our songs. Okay. So you want to put us out of business. It was a huge fight then, many years ago. But later they realized that, okay, when they do the recording, we will reach out to more people than just going to an event to perform. So it is more money for us. Then they agreed that, okay, then let's do the recording and then sell. That's where, from the wax to even the gramophone, and then we move to the next level. At each stage, people fight them. At each stage of coming out with new technology to consume or do music business, people fight it. Even at the time that people were doing cassettes, some were not happy about it. No, why are you using cassette to take our jobs? We were good with the gramophone and whatever. They were not happy with it. And then it took another form. CD came, cassette went away. Those who were producing cassette and other things will not be happy. And then also so quiet. So some people fought it by a whole stand. And then we moved to CDs, and then the pen drive came in until Steve Jobs decided that no, it will be better for me to put it on iPod. In fact, from the beginning, people were telling him that this thing will not work. Just putting music, audio like music on iPod and sell it to people. No, it may not work. You are just wasting your time. But before we realized, people were happy with the iPod. And then Steve Jobs said, why shouldn't I combine the iPod with the phone?
iPhone.
And then move to the iPhone, and then give people space to listen to their music and also use their phone. At the time, he called it iTunes. iTunes was a technology that they attached it to the phone. And then somebody somewhere saw the iPhone idea and said, okay, then I can also start Spotify. I think people will be interested in it.
Let's go to the
yes.
Let's go to the music straight.
Yes. And And those people are the ones determining or dictating how music business should be, not even the musician. You will lie to yourself if you think you are a musician and you are the one going to decide how we should consume music. No. Technologists or inventors will decide that. You just have to follow or get out of the space. Get out of the business. Others will do it for you or on your behalf. And now we are at this stage that TikTok is so powerful and influential. It's either you negotiate with them or you get out of business. So for me, I think Universal Music Group should be careful.
Okay.
They can't win this fight. Even if they take all their songs from TikTok, they will still need other platforms. And other platforms, are they paying you more than TikTok paying you or what?
Okay.
You should consider all those things. And besides, TikTok money is just an addition to the other platform that you have. If you take it out, it's a lose for you. There's no win in this when it comes to Universal Music Group. If you take your songs from that particular platform, it's a lose for you.
Yeah.
Because without them, you are not making any extra money until they came in. Your songs were on CDs, cassette, DVDs, wherever that it was. And then this platform came. You just jump on it to make extra cash. So if you are not on that platform, the platform is not losing anything. You are rather losing.
Fact.
Because you are no more getting the extra money that you needed. And a good example that we can use will be our old musicians who are not on a digital platform.
Streaming platforms.
Yes, they have made money selling cassettes and CDs, going for performance events and all that. The digital platform is an extra income for you. So if you say me, I'm OG, I don't want to be on any digital platform, you are just losing.
Fact.
You are the one losing, because without you, the digital platform is still working. People still want to be there. Exactly. Inventors decide how music business should go. If you are a musician or music executive, forget about you having a stake in there. You are not the one who is going to decide how you do the business. You have a stake in it. You can sell your product there, but you don't decide how you do it. If you come out with the music right now, you don't decide how people consume your music. We already have the system there, so you just come in to sell your music, take whatever belongs to you, and move on. You can't come and say no. Now today, don't go to Spotify or whatever. I've created my own website. Come there. No one will come there. Because that's not where everybody is. That's not where it's popping. Until you also come out with an invention that can beat other system, you don't decide. You can't come and dictate for the other system how they should work. That's why I always fight with our man Kelly Milan. That's the issue. You don't decide. You come in, figure out how best you can take advantage of the system, and then be part of it, or study the system, come out with your own system which will be superior to that system, and you all jump in there. Invention has happened many times. I think the music executives, they should follow the trends, see what happened, and then take better decisions for themselves and for their artists. For this fight, I think Universal will not win, and they should rethink about it.
They will not get anything
out
of this.
No, not at all.
Well, Ro, come through. Let me also get your opinion on what is happening there.
It's funny because laws were made for human beings. Human beings were not made for laws. And since it is human beings that make the laws, definitely we know the loopholes around it. You see the speed and modified versions that they cited. There are certain songs on these platforms here, especially TikTok, of which the ones that are trending, that is pushing the song, is not the original audio.
Oh, really?
Yes, and that is what they are talking about. There are audios which have been modified into speed versions. So if I release a song like say speed said that song exactly. The original audio is not as fast as the one.
Yes. I listened to the original audio and I did not feel it like that.
Yes,
you are right.
So if Universal Music Group would want to mute their product on TikTok, they will mute the original one, which is the slower version. But the modified and speed version of that same track is going and it is promoting the song. And that is what they've detected. And it is with so many songs on the platform. So many songs. Sometimes it is not even the fault of the artist. Sometimes the artist also looks smart. When they see that the speed version or the other modified versions of their songs are trending, then they also go to upload it on their pages so they can collect the royalties from that side, so they don't go to waste. Because so you go to some of these artist platforms, you see their songs and you see speed versions or other versions of it, and that is what Universal Music is fighting. So now they were successfully able to mute all their products on the platform, but they've realized that the songs have now been modified in certain ways even on the platform, and the people still are enjoying it. So if you mute the original version of that song, you've not done anything actually to them, because even with the users, it is not even the original song that they are even vibing to, but the modified ones. So this one here, it is just power at play. And the recent stuff that I've been hearing about TikTok and how the powers that be are trying to fight them left, right, center. Not long ago, I also chanced on a news reporting that America has also released a bill or dropped a bill which is yet to be signed by the president to ban TikTok in America, or even give them the option to sell it to an American. So the agenda,
we won't sell to any American.
The agenda of
that we will cut you.
The agenda of cutting the legs of TikTok here and there is on, and that is what I see as my little conspiracy theory. Because yes, this may be a business play, okay, me negotiating to get more of what I am getting, but there can also be a bigger picture of you being a target to certain conversations that, okay, maybe you are being a distraction or a nuisance to certain things that we are doing. So how can we cut you off without people coming at us or us looking back? So when we hit you from left, hit you from right, do this, do that, and you decide to give up, then we cripple you. TikTok is not the only platform that have sprung up and have been crippled in that manner.
Exactly.
There are certain institutions like TikTok that have come up, and Charlie, the way they were being bombarded with certain,
they were swallowed,
rights and stuff. You just pack your tools and go.
They were swallowed.
So yeah, for the conspiracy, it is really against TikTok, and I pray they will be able to fight it that long, because the way it is coming up and they are finding different ways of crippling them. It is just small chops. So they press you here, press you there, press you here, press you there.
You are good.
And let's look at the American market as far as social media even usage is concerned. You are trying to, the aim is to affect the whole world. And if a country like America, of which they have huge influence and can even influence other countries as well.
Influence and power.
Yes. If that particular country is detaching itself from what you are doing, that is a big blow even from the onset. And for you to fight it, you would need lots of resources. So strength to TikTok for them to get, because they need it to fight this battle.
Power to the people. And that is what we are telling the guys at TikTok. They have to look sharp. Or better still, they leave what is happening to happen. After all, what they also have to defend themselves in a way. So if that is how it is ended, that is fine. So yesterday at the Ayata corner in Accra, there was the official video shoot for Minamino Sin, a song released by Shatta Wale in 2024, which seems to be catching up with the people. Though when you go online, there is a visualizer for Minamino Sins, produced by Max No and his people, and now the official video. And thankfully, it coincided with one special activity that was on the heart of Shatta Wale. At Ayata Corner, there used to live a man who supported talent in that area with his pub. He gave them platforms to perform to thousands of people. And again, they also got support from him in different ways, both physical and spiritual. And as it stands now, his death means that the area has lost a serious icon. And Shatta Wale, knowing that in his upcoming days, he used to roll at the Ayata corner, perform with the people, and even lived with some of them, he decided to go there and honor the person by giving to the family and also making sure that he would also be there to support them during the funeral. And he ended up giving them one beautiful music video shoot as well. And what happened there was more like a show than what we are even talking about. And as it stands now, I want to pick opinions from Roland. He was there, as a matter of fact, so we also get some views from Chamo before we run away from here. Ro, whilst Richard is flying some photos, what would you say about what happened yesterday?
When I got the briefing that such project or activity was going to happen at that particular spot, you remember I told you then let's add microphone to it so that we play a show.
Yeah. I remember
because
you said that.
From Accra High Street to Kolebu to Russia to Sukura, everybody knew that Shatta Wale was going to Ayata, and it was like the Shatta Wale supremacy and relevance was at I saw different types of people, like different in all aspects, from the aged to the youth to children to whoever. Like everybody was there, and even the gesture of him paying respect to roots, and even to the late Ayata and everybody
the
there.
guy and his chains there.
This one is second chain god. Second chain god.
That's the same that one left.
The guy he do investment.
The question I ask myself is, Okoda na Jubia no Alofebia no Asadia. Yeah. But big ups to the team. It was a really beautiful experience. That's how I would put it. It was a really beautiful experience, a test of strength, a test of physical and psychological. Because how Shatta Wale was even able to keep his composure without tearing. At a point, I felt that thing in him when he went to meet the family. He really caught the mood, but because of the fans and the people around mentioning him, touching him, doing this, he was able to snap out of it. And I was really like the way he couldn't break down at that particular point was one that I really commend him for, of which he was even able to focus and also focus on the business of the day, which is the video shoot. And to the people who helped on the day, from Fanta to all the guys who helped in featuring in the videos, the people who helped in clearing, go back and so go back and all those people, Lion, all those people, Charlie.
Hey, one blow. You can't leave my one blow out.
One blow, and all the top guys in there. They made it beautiful. They made it, and to Holy Ghost, the guy who owned the track that we used in doing the video. Yeah, he also served us well. To our security guys, the team, Charlie. Big ups everybody. This was a really good experience, of which if you chance on the official videos that are going to fly out from now to the main video is being released, Charlie, you should catch a glimpse of it, because every shot tells a particular story of everything that went on the day, and it's a very interesting one. It's a very, very interesting one.
Let me ask Chamo this question, because he was not there. He might not be able to say much, but what makes Shatta Wale think that over the years, people who have known him, they have been with him, yet when they meet him, it's like they are now seeing him for the first time in their lives? Yesterday, that was people who claimed, oh, we've been sitting here, been doing things with him, yet yesterday,
still get that kind
stay
of
here small crowd. People were pulling machete. A man and get go can
Can't you free the dross more? Can't you?
I can imagine. I remember we were having some conversation on the side, like we were trying to put things on our platform.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I saw that you were not responding to anything.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I think he's good. Let me just.
Oh no,
This one, then I have to just do it myself. And then the internet was also misbehaving, but
yeah,
we were able to do it anyway.
I know.
And so for me, I think, yeah, I got the idea that you'll be busy. Even after hearing the name Ayata, I said Ayata of all places. Ayata of all places. Yes, I knew that, yeah, things will happen there. So I think Shatta, he knows how to connect with his people, or connect with people, and people feel it. I mean, when you are able, even online, when there's a way that people will feel that they are closer to you than you think.
Yeah.
Even it's online, and Shatta, he has done it so well. And even when he comes to the physical, out of the virtual, he can still do that kind of connection. People really genuinely feel the connection with him. In fact, they will make you feel that they know him more than you think. Yeah. They are closer to him more than you think. Exactly. And for some reason, Shatta has done it so well. So that's why you will still feel that kind of energy wherever that he goes. You will still feel it. Yes, and I think he has done it so well. And no one can take it from him. I mean, at this point, it's either you join him or you will be defeated. I mean, as they say, if you can't beat them, you join them. And I think Shatta at this point, he's leading, and until he retires, I think he will hold this for a very, very long time.
I agree,
because he's doing it so well. That's why that kind of energy will, wherever that he goes, especially he will mention names before he gets there.
Yes.
And it's part of the strategy. So for me, I think he will still hold it for a very long time. Yeah.
Okay. Let's close with an experienced guru suffered. So we can run away from here. Guru is talking about an experience he suffered from a chief who had wanted his presence for a performance, but after negotiations for a land, the chief decided not to bring documents covering the land. Because of that, he had to boycott the performance. I'm asking this because oftentimes we hear promoters and artists coming into conflicts like this, where promoters promise to deliver some things or to deliver certain objectives from their contract or what they have to do for the artist, and later doing otherwise. Guru's example, what are some of the lessons that we can pick from it before we say goodbye to today's show? Richie, let's watch the Kingdom FM credited video. When we come back, we will be wrapping up.
The exchange in here, which is the same as money. As may establish the exchange in here, which is the same as money. As may establish a land, my two wall of home, a single room at so the future, even kind of say langas or go around, pushy do a come. My spending more than even assassin or Tom. Now, a due time, I was say, you put here every document and expecting that document before I climb stage, and if I don't pick a corner, until I say, me just show no, but Ujai bonds back, your investment goes waste. I did. I switched off. I move out because me boy, me home So this are some of the
show the also.
Crowd a big or yarifa. There was a whole crowd.
It's the reason it says on Fakon.
On Fakon because me say one sign a contract now. One mommy papers now. Me motion.
It's not just I feel and call baby too.
Yeah, just a me juma nanka.
And all this one is walk to war BBR.
Yeah, my BBR. That's my making. Me boy cry na me no. Once the real estate na nya dey na me pet say me come because now very risky. So me guy back e friend Kofi cry waka baby. Nyame fa the crazy. Ono kra na de deal no kra brem. Ono kra no push me. E do say e kobo show ni nipa no mpeke ne call. Contract na deal no so on active. Me so am invest also. Afi e was say me tweme ho na bija show ni boy.
It investment no year was as no so
Eco
wow.
Say on say ono be use na dwen ama me. And you meet some of these things. Inti, like I said, some of the things I hear are very risky. Funny say, I was given like, was it 40 plot or nana crew? Amount from, right? There was like 40 plot. I was a my team. We took that initiative. We went to the land. We were willing to spread it out. There was the deal was your ton or your percentage, right? We did all that. You could try, you really. I think now, assassin I say assassin that. I say assassin. At the end, I was the air tone. Assassin air tone that. So, I can't say. There was a time. Me told me once me talk be challenger. Me told challenger no. Me pull car na na me who the car no crop who me do. Me say ade am pesa. It is a who me dey there. Car me ton. And madam Kofi dey buy. Oh Kofi ma fe no. Charlie Kofi pesa me ton me car no. And I me dey call business as a business. Ko je 1 acre. Ajo wade ka na wie nipa na je ka no asase no document na mai ene be ko ayo msi asase ni asen ato ma obi na masan kwa na yasin atwa ma obi
why is it like that? Because I get serious and I say bu edro to no mu dia de so easy obi to asase so did the kosi so and na start no.
Well, as I said, Mimi say Biswas as it especially if you don't have time. More.
Yeah.
Now, let me start with Roland because he has been experiencing some of these things closely. Event promoters, promises to artists, and their failure to honor them. I had a damn panic. What has been happening? Because this is chief day. Oh, that be chief now. Oh, sure. Oh, yeah,
no, there was time.
But was going for a good deal, Mom.
He was going for a good deal. Oh, no, he was going for a good deal. You see, he negotiated per his charges or his rates. He saw the land as equivalent or even close or even more to it. So to him, it was a good deal. We can't sit anywhere and say it was a bad deal. Because whatever he saw that was good or equivalent to his rate is what he's charging.
For land, there is
it's a very good deal.
Appreciates.
Exactly, it's a very good deal. Even if it doesn't, at that point, that is what he negotiated for. So whatever compensation that I'm looking for, I see this.
If you make it loose like that, I can argue because you can take money and buy that land and we'll still have. So let's put
but my honest, it's still a good deal, or it was still a good deal.
Oh, yeah,
but for the attitude of event promoters and how they would want to, some of them would want to treat artists there. It's there. You can't take it out of the business. In every business situation, there are people like that. There are people who would want to play smart. There are Sakawa people. There are con people there who would want to take advantage of the vulnerable, the people who, if you play loose more, they will chop you. So for that one, I wasn't surprised when he was saying this. In fact, when you even hear of stories that some of our musicians own certain properties and land out of their craft as payment of their services, this is no news. Some you would get, some you wouldn't. Just like even promoters paying artists, you bet you'll have after performance, then they add the rest. Most of them have alluded with some of these deals, of which you can't find them, some you can't also hold them, some you can't do anything to them, you can't fight them and all of that. So just like the land, you can get and you can lose, or if you play loose, somebody will just take past your item. It is the same thing with the money. Somebody can also promise you, Charlie, come and I'll give you this amount of money. You make the appearance, you get there and it becomes a different story. So for that one there, I wasn't surprised, just that this is an eye-opener for up and coming artists. for them to know that the thing is not as bright or as innocent as it may look. If you hear stories of, oh, Nana Amachidede owns this acre of land and it was out of the performances, the shows he went to play, Guru owns this, Lewin owns that. So don't take it just like blindly and say, okay, when I also go and they promised me or they promised me, then it is what it is and I'm going for it. Make sure you get the details of it, and probably if you are not able to secure it about 80 to 90%, don't stick your neck out. Yes, for he calling a no-show would be a dent on his image, of which some of them he can't even explain. Some of them, no matter how you explain, the people will still not see it. But then it comes as occupational hazard. Some you'll be able to fight it, others you may not be able to. But if as an artist you are not able to secure or see a possibility of you securing about 80 to 90% of whatever you want, don't stick your neck out, else you do it at your own peril.
So let's close.
Yeah, I think experience, you can't buy it. Sometimes you go through it to get it, and Guru is sharing a very, very valuable experience. But what I would take from it is that the musicians coming up, don't negotiate for a land when you are going to play a show. It's too risky. It can happen, you may get your land, but it's too risky for you to do.
They can even come and show you documents.
Yes, fake documents.
And I'm not sure at that time you even have time to go to inspection at the lands registrar
and all that.
Make sure it's genuine.
And all that. So for me, I would say don't do it. Just take experience, take a decision based on what happened to Guru. Take the money, later go and buy that land. Even if the same person, tell him to bring you money. Later you give him his money back for the land
from him.
After inspecting everything, making sure that everything is okay. Then you can have your land. It's too risky to do that. That's what I take from what Guru is saying. It can happen, and yes, we know that promoters may not pay you or will not pay you full if they have their way. That's why there's even a contract. But sometimes they can even decide not to honor the contract and fight with you in court and all that. So make sure you take like as much as you can before you even go for the performance. If you can't do that, then it will be better you don't even appear for the show at all. Or at least take 70% of your money before you mount the stage. Because most of the promoters, especially in Ghana here, we know that they've been doing that, and it's sad. And the reason is that our court system is not, or even our system in general is not as efficient as elsewhere. Because if you decide not to pay, like in America, you will not be in business again.
Exactly.
They will not only just take your money, but the person will pay a compensation that it can collapse the person.
You might even suffer some cancellation of
yes.
the sort.
So for them, they will not even think of taking your money and running away or not decide not to pay. No, they won't dare. But our system is so porous that if you just say that, oh, we have signed a contract, so I'm safe, only safe, sir. Take your money, at least like majority part, like huge part of your money before you mount the stage. That will help.
Well, we wish artists, performers and promoters well equally, and we pray that if you guys give promises, just as you were really yearning for the person, follow the promise that you give. We have seen so many cases of such. There is one that I'll still find time in saying. In fact, maybe I'm at the BCBS promo. Yes, I'll surely talk about it, and I know on that day everything will be fine. On this note, let's wrap up. Special thanks to Team Dodi Solomon, Chemo, Roland Amate, Digital Rasta, Richie Flex. My name is Sammy Flex. Subscribe to us and let's do some more. We'll meet again when we see you tomorrow on Showbiz Daily. We are out of here. Bye-bye.